What is going on, guys? We are back with episode 3 of the podcast that I still don't have a name for it, but I'm just going to call it what I've been calling it. So let's continue. So basically, this week, first off, I want to say thank you for all the support and everything. People are liking it. That's awesome. I'm glad that people are liking it, and I'm back with another one. So today, on the third episode, I decided to get my friend Matt Beast, 1419, in the Beast Zone. He could do the full intro. Matt Beast, where you at?
Yo, it's Matt Beast 1419 up in the Pinko podcast.
There you
I botched
go.
it there for a second,
It's all
but
good.
it's all good.
It doesn't have an official name, but yeah. So today we're just gonna be. I have a list of things to talk about that Beast doesn't know about, but that's a different story. But I know that Mr. Matt Beast, he watched WrestleMania 30, and I was on Skype with him for a little bit at the beginning. And Beast, what was your overall thoughts on WrestleMania? I know that you haven't like watched a bunch of Raws like leading up to it, or a bunch of pay-per-views leading up to it, so you really didn't know much. But I know that you follow Twitter, and you talk to people that talk about wrestling. So, what were your overall thoughts about WrestleMania 30?
Um, I thought it was a fun show. Obviously the Undertaker thing got me a little annoyed because the Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, and seeing him lose was just bad. But Daniel Bryan winning the title kind of, well, it'd make up for it, but it kind of did, if that even makes sense. But it was a fun show, though. I'm not even gonna lie, it was really fun.
Was there one match that you really liked that you want to go back and watch kind of thing?
Daniel Bryan Triple H was awesome. I remember that being awesome. The Triple Threat was also really fun too.
All
So
right.
those would be the two.
All right. I know that like I said, you don't know much about, the Raw and stuff, so I just wanted to get your thoughts on Mania because I know you watched it. And something that you do know about, and this is the reason why we couldn't record this yesterday. How were your Thunder doing?
Oh man, I really don't. Ugh.
If you don't want to talk about it, because I saw that you were like someone said on Twitter, like, oh, what happened? And you're like, I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I just wanted to know, like, you know, if it's a bad time, that's a bad time, but
It's bad times right now.
it's a
Let's
bad.
just say the Thunder have lost two straight overtime games. It's just the worst.
I'm not gonna
Ugh.
say I know how that feels, but I know how that feels, if you know what I mean. With the Blackhawks, the first two games they lost in overtime, so I kind of know how you feel. But we're coming back, and hopefully the Thunder will too for Reggie's sake.
For
And
Reggie's sake,
what?
especially tomorrow.
Yeah, and what's it called? My someone across the street. I don't know how old he is. Maybe he's in like third grade or something like that. He came over today. He was like, "Look at my shoes. They're KDs," and I was like, "Oh, nice." And I immediately thought I was like, "Matt Beast, where you at?"
Oh
With
man,
his shoes.
were they low tops or high tops?
I think they were high tops.
Oh, he must have the KD5s then.
I don't even know. I'm not sure. I didn't like look at it too much, but he said it, and we were playing basketball. And he kept saying I'm KD and I'm MJ, so there's that.
He's KD and he's
Oh
MJ.
yeah, he's both. He's all three. I don't know
Oh
what the third
man,
one is, but he's all three.
he better be in the NBA one day if he's all both KD and MJ.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But next thing that I had on the list was football. The schedules were released, and I know that the Packers are playing the Saints on week 8, I believe it is. So Matt Beast, how pumped are you for the football season and the Saints season?
Oh man, I'm so excited. Like football is my favorite thing. It's literally my favorite thing. NFL and college football. And the draft's coming up in a couple, like 2 days after I get out of school, in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So the draft is my one of my favorite things about the off season. It's very cool to see all these college players go up, and I'm ready to see who gets drafted to what team. It's very interesting to me. But about the season, I'm very excited. Saints, of course, they lost in the playoffs in the second round to the Seahawks, the current Super Bowl champions. So let's hope we can go farther next year.
Now I know that you during Mania weekend, I know you were pretending to be in New Orleans. So do you plan on going to any Saints games this year and going to the Dome?
I'm really gonna try. I went to my first Saints game ever last season. It was the season opener against the Falcons, which are
The Falcons.
the Falcons, the
There you
Fal
go.
Clowns,
Huh.
whatever you want to call them.
Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the Saints rivals, and it was a very fun game, man. I had a lot of fun, and I want to try and get out there again, but I might have some trouble, but I'm gonna try my damnedest to get out there.
You're gonna run there if you have to.
I will run there if I have to, and it's like a 5 hour trip by car, 6 hour.
That's not bad. That's not horrible.
Yeah, but imagine me running there.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you'd have to leave now if you wanted to get there for the opener. But so when you went to the game, like I know that you talked about it when you know actually went, but now seeing where like Breach and Miguel and Ravi and them sat at for WrestleMania, how like what level were you on when you sat for the game? I don't remember like seeing any pictures or anything. So like what level were you on?
Oh, I was way up there, man.
Way
I
up
was
there
really
in the
high. I was
six
in the
hundreds?
I think they have 300 levels. That's what
Oh,
it is,
okay.
but I was in the 300s.
Okay. So were you on the roof or you were just in the middle somewhere?
I was pretty much close to the roof. Well, not. Well, I was very close to the roof actually, but I had a very good view because I had a 50-yard view or
Oh,
50-yard line view, and it was really good
oh
seats. I
yeah,
enjoyed it.
I remember you saying something about that. Yeah, I remember that. So wait, the question is, did they win that game?
Yes, they won the game on the very last play.
Really?
Yeah, that was exciting. Very
So
last
what
play.
was that like with the fans and everyone going
Oh man,
nuts?
it was crazy. Matt Ryan threw a pass to Tony Gonzalez, who's a future tight end Hall of Fame who just retired, and our rookie that we drafted that year made his first big impact play by bobbing the ball down and allowing an interception to happen. That was pretty crazy.
Well, at least they won, and it sounds like it was a a big deal if they win for your first. What you said, your first game? Is that right?
Yeah, my first game to go to. Yeah.
There you go. I know. I'm trying to. Eventually, I want to go to my first football game, whether that be at Lambeau or you know against the Bears at Soldier Field. But I'm gonna go to a game. I've been to a an indoor football game, but
Arena football?
yeah,
Huh.
it was the Chicago Slaughter. Who, if you go on their website now, it's just their logo. It doesn't have any information, no dates, no nothing. It's just their logo. So hopefully, they'll say, "Hey, we're back," or hopefully, something might happen that I can go to a Packers game because that'd be fun.
It
Because
would be.
the only football games I've ever been to, other than that indoor football game, was the my school football games, and that's just fun because it's like everyone's cheering and everything, and you have your school come together. But yeah, that's
You should
yeah.
go see the Kansas football scrubs go play.
Oh, that's enough out of you. Okay, we're moving on. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the one like kind of last like topic that I had to talk about really was about Mr. Apple Company. Mr. Apple Company, is that a term? Mr. Apple Company, but it's what is this? It's the end of April, and no announcements for any announcements. Matt Beast. What's going on here? Do you are you the insider of Apple? Because I mean, I don't know what's going on. What do you think's going on? I don't know
The
what's going on.
insider of Apple. What I
I
think's going on? Um, I really think that they need to step it up with their iPhone 6 game, but I don't see them making any changes to software really
mhm.
because they just came out with a new and improved iOS 6.
The air quotes new and improved iOS 6. This is 7. You done goof.
Oh, I done goof. Yeah, 7.
So the
What?
new and improved iOS 7 air quotes.
Air quotes,
Yes.
indeed. But from what I've seen, they're supposed to be coming out with very like larger iPhones to combat with the Samsung Galaxy and all the notes and whatever they have out there that are huge. Um, I think they'll still have like the regular size iPhones, but like more screen real estate maybe, and more bigger sized iPhones. And I might be interested in one of those. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of tired with the iPhone, but at the same time, I kind of need to use it because I'm kind of stuck in the ecosystem because I don't know what I'm going to do with my music if I transfer to a Galaxy device or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you. Like I've been saying, like ever since when was it? It was like the end of last year. Now I have a 2 year contract. My contract ends at the end of this year. So the end of last year, I was saying I was bored with my phone. There's nothing, it's the same thing. I came from having the iPod third generation to the fourth generation to an iPad to an iPhone 4. Now I have an iPhone 5. So it gets boring after a while. iOS 7, I got bored of it. Like before the real thing even came out. Because if anyone doesn't know, me, Beast, and my friend Brad, we all got the iOS 7 beta when it came out and was announced. And after a few months of that, it got really boring, honestly. And there was really nothing that draws me in anymore. And when I get the chance, I'm gonna get a Samsung Galaxy either 4 or 5 because it looks sweet. And I know the S5 it has the 4K video recording, I believe. So
It's also waterproof.
it's water resistant, Mr. Matt Beast. It's water resistant. If you drop it into a pool, then and you get it, you pick it right back up. Let's say you're filming like your dog or something, and you drop it, whoops, and you can pick it back up. Then water like won't damage it. But if you record under there for a long time, that's just what I've heard. I don't know if anyone's tested it out or not, but
I'm sure people have.
yeah, I'm sure people have. But I'm looking forward to the end of the year just for that reason of the contract, expiring and I get a new phone.
My
But
contract ends around there too, so
yeah, but other than that, like the what's it called? What else is Apple gonna do? The only other thing I could think of is the iWatch that has been rumored for the past like 3 years. It feels like, but I don't know what they do with that. Like looking at the what is it? The Galaxy Gear, I think it's called. I could be wrong.
it is the Galaxy Gear.
Yeah, looking at that thing is sweet. Like the fact that, like, even with the Pebble, like the Pebble was the first smartwatch that anyone's made. But even with that, like, it was cool that if you have your phone in your pocket now, consider this lazy, but you could just look at your watch and hey, look, Matt Beast texted me asking if what's today's date, and I would be like, why would he be asking me that? And then I would look down and say, well, I don't have to respond. It's just right on my watch. Like, duh. But but no. But like honestly, the smartwatch thing is sweet, and you know, Apple's behind on it, and Apple's just behind in general. They haven't made anything new. They haven't announced anything. They haven't made an announcement for an announcement, like I said. And I don't know what's next for Apple. Matt Beast, what's next for Apple? What do you have in mind that you might want to see other than the iPhone 6?
I mean, they definitely need to come out with that watch because everyone else is doing it. The thing I'm most worried about is like what is their price range going to be on this iWatch? I don't know what the Samsung Galaxy Gear goes for. I'll look it up real quick.
I think it's like
But
200 something, honestly.
oof, that's
Yeah,
too
it's
much for me.
pretty expensive. I think it comes with like the S5. Like you could pay like an extra like 150 or something, and then you get the S5 with the Galaxy or the Galaxy Gear, and you get them both, and you could intermingle, interchange. I guess the word is to use both of them. With the same price kind of thing. But I agree. I think if Apple doesn't start talking anytime soon, I think that stock is going to go down and more people are going to be getting Galaxy devices. And then when Apple does announce something, you'll have all these people that are built up on Galaxy, like the Galaxy phones and other Android phones, that Apple's going to try to get their head out of the water to catch up to the Android phones, and I don't think they're going to do it. So I know that they always have a June event. I know that they always have a September event, and they usually have an April event. So Apple, where you at? Did you check up on the Galaxy Gear, the official price?
I didn't because I took your word for.
Oh, okay.
But I'll look
No, that's all
anyways.
good. But yeah, I don't know. Like the iWatch, I honestly like. I've seen like people like give what it give what's the word, like drawings of it and just what they think it's gonna look like. But honestly, I have no idea what it could possibly look like. I don't know what it could do other than the stuff that the Galaxy Gear does. So
A Samsung Galaxy Gear 2 costs like $300.
$300 for a watch. Can you believe it? So Apple is going to be at least 350, 400. That's nuts.
You can
I,
get like these fit versions, which are a little bit less, but
but
I
still.
don't. I'm not very much into this watch market. I never really wear watches. I don't like wearing stuff on my wrist, really.
Hmm.
I'm just weird like that, but I do think Apple does need to come out with an iWatch for sure.
Apple just needs to do something to get their name back out there. Because if you think about it, like I said, they haven't released anything since the iPhone 5S, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I don't know if.
It
Yeah, I'm
was
pretty
the
sure.
iPhone 5S with the Mac Pros, like the new garbage can looking Mac Pros.
I heard
Was
those
the
are really, really beastly too.
Yeah, Matt Beasley. I get it. Okay, but yeah, I heard those are really good too, and I thought about it for a split second getting one, and I was like, I don't have that money. Like, it's
Those
expensive for one of those.
those prices are ridiculous.
Yeah, but honestly, Apple, where you at? Because you're losing. You just lost two customers right here. So plus, they're what's it
Well, I
called?
don't know about losing me, but
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one and a half customers or something like that. Because Mabius is still on the edge about his Apple devices. But I know you have an iPad, you have a MacBook. You're just like me. You have all that stuff.
yeah, and I haven't really used my iPad a lot lately.
I've been using it a lot lately, to be honest. I ever since the WWE Network, I've been using my iPad a lot more, and just for YouTube videos in general. Like if I don't want to have my computer, and I could just lay down and have my iPad. And even I tried it with Skype too. I'm gonna start doing this probably during the summer, when there's those every single day calls that I don't have to get up early for school the next morning, and I just want to like lay down in bed and fall asleep like some people do. Not going to name any names, but
Oh,
hey, there's more than one person that falls asleep on the Skype calls, and I don't want to. You don't know who it is, but
hey! From what I hear, that's a good way to go to sleep.
within the Skype calls,
Yeah, that's what I hear.
what do you mean? Just
It's a perfect way to fall asleep.
oh, I see how it is. So you get bored of us talking, huh? Huh?
No, because like some people might have problems just sitting there and just not being able to fall asleep. Just need something to do.
Hey, let me join the call so I can fall asleep. All right, no problem. We'll get that. We'll get right on that. Yeah.
I think that came out wrong, but anyways, you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, I've been using my iPad a lot more for like YouTube videos and stuff like that. But which I'm glad that I got that iPad. Even though the I thought about if I should have got the iPad Mini, which it would have been cheaper. But it's over with. It's the iPad 2. It's the first one with the camera, and
That's the one I have, and that thing's getting old now.
yeah, that one's getting old. They just I think this is iOS 7's the last software update for the iPad 2. So
I
we're
was
out of
surprised
luck.
when they included it. To be honest, for me,
Yeah, honestly, I agree. I didn't think they would do that anyway. And I'm pretty much all my devices are pretty much out of date. I have I've iPod third generation, obviously that's out of date. iPod Touch fourth generation's out of date. My computers, it's from 2010. It really doesn't matter with that. My iPad's out of date. The iPhone 5 they don't make anymore. So I'm just an out of date Apple guy.
I don't really think the iPhone 5 is too out of date because I see a lot of people walking around with iPhone 4s still.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they don't make the iPhone 5 anymore. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Um, I, no, I agree.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it. This was a pretty good, discussion about random stuff that I thought of, and did a little change up this week. No wrestling really, just about the beginning. But I'll be back.
Also, really
Oh,
quickly.
Matt Beast, you can run the show.
Yeah, I can run the show.
Oh, what
We
happened
got
over there?
summer. Oh man, don't worry. My friends or my roommate and friends just drinking. Um,
Uh-oh.
yeah. But anyways, summer's coming soon. I was just making a summer playlist of some summertime music.
Let's
People in
hear
the
it. Let's hear
comments,
it.
if you guys want to put down some music that you like to jam to in the summer, participate in it or whatever.
What's on that beast? I want to know what you have so far. What are some, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs that you already have on there?
What are some summer music? Chance the Rapper out of where Pico lives, Chicago. He's a
Yeah,
really his mixtape Acid Rap was perfect for summer last year. So that's gonna be back in rotation. Pharrell Williams' new album, Girl. That's gonna
hmm
be perfect summer music. It's gonna be awesome.
that the what's it called? Happy played before I took my ACT test on Wednesday, and one of my friends was saying how she hates that song, and I was like, oh, it's a good song, and I played it, and then played before the ACT, and I just like started laughing. I was like, huh, it's a good
Mhm.
song.
It's great. I mean, that song should have brought world peace to the world, but
It
hasn't
honest,
done it yet.
it honestly, like, it stayed on the Spotify charts as #1 for like a good month and a half, at
I think
least.
I think it's still on iTunes #1.
Is it really? I'll double check on that when you say other songs. But yeah, that song, even the whole album, I liked.
That's an awesome album.
That's a whole nother podcast. That's not my podcast. That's someone else's podcast. But what else? What other songs you got?
I haven't gotten really too far in making it. You gotta have some Justin Timberlake in there. Um, hmm. I don't really know anything else I really
To
mentioned.
update everybody, Happy is still #1 on the iTunes charts, and I think it's #2 on Spotify.
See, it's just crazy how long that song's been popular.
Yeah, how about Turn Down for What?
Turned down for
That's
what?
#3.
That song's perfect in the club.
Oh God, let's hear about that.
Oh man, that's for another podcast.
Oh yeah, well next time on the number 7, or I don't know, but that's for another one. If you want to hear that, we had last week we had Chris's escapades. Who wants to hear Matt Beast's escapades? Comment
Of
down
the
below.
of the story in the club. If you want to see the hilarious Vine, go to my Vine
Yeah,
account.
I'll put the link down below for the hilarious find that he's talking about. But you can just put it on repeat, play in the background. It's a everyday, Matt Beast 1419 in the Beast Zone Vine, and for that Vine, he was in the Beast Zone. So
Indeed.
I'm gonna end it with that. Matt Beast, thank you for being on. Like I said, people, if you want to hear Matt Beast's stories of his escapades, if you will, like this podcast, and if you like this podcast in general, let me know. Give me any feedback. Give me any people that you want on the podcast, and we'll see what we can do. So, Matt Beast, thanks again, and we'll have to have you back on sometime soon.
Sounds
So,
good to me.
that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.